such an asshole!
Asshole consulting, just when you think, what time is it? God almighty, it's 8 o'clock. What the hell? Thank you for everybody's concern. I did not have a stroke. I had dental work done. Everyone's like, what's wrong with your lip? Do you got the balls paralysis? And I'm like, no, it was Novocaine. So the old captain is just fine. Even better, because I refilled the filling. Hi Aaron, I'm a repeat customer looking for some additional career advice. You helped me earlier last year with how to recover from a biology degree. Great video, by the way. I was able to quit my security job and find employment working as a health inspector for a department and a place. I make about $43,000 a year, which isn't much, but I spend only about $7,000 on rent and live an otherwise minimalist lifestyle. I have paid off my college debt and I have about $10,000 in savings, but I want to quit my job. Oh, you millennials think there's going to be a good job out there. The grass is always greener. To cut to the chase with my current job, I strongly dislike my boss. He has become prone to making some offensive, off-the-cuff remarks, like asking me whether my particularly not American mother, I'm trying to keep them anonymous, was a mail-order bride, or joking that his New Year's resolution, yeah, I can't mention these because it would identify you. He has also been prone to micromanage me to the point where I sometimes wonder if I have graduated the K through 12 system. There have been instances where he has literally reached over to grab a file on my desk. To counter this, I try to be assertive at work by showing up 5 minutes early every day. No, you do not perform more. You don't. You never perform more. It's like girls. Do the opposite. I know you're young. Do the opposite of what you think you should do. It's basically a generally good policy. Coffeeed up and ready to go, but we just don't seem to click. With this line of work, I could get state certified pretty much anywhere in the country. I'm kind of eager to take the state exam and give my 2 weeks notice ASAP, as I value my freedom and self-respect. On another note, though, as a young man with supportive parents, should I pursue something better? I've been thinking more and more about going the entrepreneurial, more technical, with a civil and material science engineering degree. Am I a loser if I move back with my parents to pursue something better? No, not really, especially if you go after engineering, and that seems to be the thing now. I said, I wanted to find out what the real problem was here. Okay, so, and this is me asking him, okay, so you got a boss that micromanages you and makes the occasional off-color joke, probably as a way to either get you to loosen up or even befriend you a little. Anyway, the jokes don't really matter unless you wanted to become a girl and file a complaint, which is still an option. But how bad is the micromanaging? So that's the real thing. Guys we get camaraderie by picking on each other. And I know you being a millennial, you've been brainwashed to think that if a guy cracks a joke at your expense, that means he's insulting you and he hates your guts. When in reality, that's not it. It's just can you handle the heat? Now, him picking on your ethnicity, your body size is way off color and not appropriate by today's standards, but he's older, and I guarantee he probably wasn't doing it to be racist or to besmirch you. It's kind of, hey, loosen up a little bit is what I'm thinking. But pretty much no. Because, you don't make jokes because you hate the person. You may make bad jokes that may upset the person, but the intention is not to make you. So the real issue is the micromanaging. And have you stood up to him in a clear way, telling him verbatim to stop micromanaging you? I've told my manager indirectly. I told him that I am a hands-on learner and I perform my best when I get to do things on my own. That's not enough. That's not enough. All right, here's what you do. I'm all for you getting out of with your degree in biology and working at the state. Nothing wrong with the job you got. You're a minimalist. But the money is much better paying in civil engineering or material science. You got your 2 years of prereqs out of the way. You could go back and do that. But this is not going to address the problem. Every job, so this is your first job, it sounds like, out of school. And you millennials have been lied to, like my generation was, that your career is what ultimately matters. And that you should have a good career and your boss will be competent. No. The complete opposite is true. Didn't they lie to you? Did they lie to you in school about what the girls would be like in college? Like, girls are equal. They're going to ask you out, right? Did anything that these older people tell you about college manifest itself in reality? And you know the answer is no, it isn't. They told you all the smart people go to college. Nope, high school version 2.0. Every moron goes to college. Now, the smart ones stay in high school. What was it? Bill Cosby had a great joke. He said, I graduated from high school and joined the Navy because all the high school dropouts had the jobs. It's brilliant quote, just brilliant. And it's the same thing. Well, not so much, but so if you want to go to engineering, that's what I recommend is your best route. And are you a loser if you move back in with your parents? Nah, not really. I mean, the standard is so low for your generation, it's not going to really matter. So that's a good plan. But I would lower your expectations of what you can expect from your bosses, both in terms of competence, professionalism, and guys, this might be an older fella. Look, nobody's perfect, so he's going to everybody makes an off-color joke or something like that. I would loosen up and not worry about if guys are throwing jokes your way. Even if it is about your race. You know, I don't get upset, well, I'm not Irish anymore, but when people cut Irish jokes, it's funny that you knew they were trying to at least be civil, or not civil, but social towards you. So you can always do the nuclear option and ruin this guy's life and get him fired. But what I've found is that when you go over people's heads or you're the whistleblower, you don't get to keep your job. They don't give you your boss's job if you find out that your boss made an off-colored racial joke. They just, matter of fact, you quit and they don't ever give you the job back. So going forward, don't let the petty shit bother you. Okay, do not let the petty shit bother you, because then you'll get the reputation. Oh, look out for him. Don't talk. Oh no, don't say anything to him. You want to be the guy that, you know, you can roll with the punches. You're not going to get upset. You're Steve McQueen cool. Nothing would faze him. Right? The micromanaging, that's a problem though, and you didn't stand up to him. And what I'm saying is if you can move back home, I think you got like a built-in plan B. If you couldn't move back home, then you would have to be very careful and hold on to this job. But since you can move back home, you don't really need the job, and you can take more risks. But here's what, hang on, let me read through this. Can you get another job in the field? With this line of work, I can get state certified and pretty much work anywhere in the country. I'm kind of eager to take the state exam and give my 2 weeks notice ASAP, as I value my freedom and self-respect. But yeah, where are you going to go? Do you have another job lined up? That's the thing. So you got two options. You can either go state exam and start applying for other positions, or you can go back to school to engineering. What I would do, I mean, you got to do some soul searching there. What do you want to do? What's better? And then once you have that figured out, whether you want to go back to school for engineering, in which case you're going to move back in with your folks, or you're going to go get the state certified exam, and you got to get another job if you're going to go that route. Don't quit your current job unless you got another one lined up. Then that's what you got to do. You got to go get the state exam or start applying for jobs where they understand down the road you're going to get your state exam. So you're either staying in health administration or whatever it is, or you're going engineering. Once you make that decision, though, and you have a job lined up or you're willing to go to engineering school, keep working your job, you know, make your money, and then if your boss gets in your face, you go up to him and be polite, be civil. Say, stop micromanaging me. I need you out of my face. I can do this job. You know, and you say, and here's what's one of the great things. You can get in his face. You can be the superior. Everybody, oh, your bosses are superior. Oh, you have to have respect. No, you don't. And especially micromanagers. Say, I am able to do this. Now, are you going to get your dick out of my ass? Maybe not say that, but say, are you going to get off my ass and let me do my job, or am I going to have you do it? Because here's a great line for micromanager bosses. Do you want to do the job, or do you want me to do the job? Because if you want you to do the job, you can do this job, and I'll go find another, I'll go back home. All right? Quit micromanaging. You got to use the word micromanaging. You're a micromanager, get off my face. Use micromanager. because they hate saying that. Or you can trust that I'm a competent adult with a degree and specialized training in this, and you can relax and I'll do it. But if you are going to come here and get in my face all the time, telling me and showing me how to do it when I get it done just fine, then you do the job. And then just say, so what's it going to be? And you know what? You might get fired on the spot. But then you go, then you go to your job that you already have lined up, or you go back home and you do your engineering degree. But you gotta wait till you have one. You have to wait till one of those Plan Bs is in place before you read your Boss the Rioting Act. Of course, you could do it the more professional way. You get your state exam, you get your job, and you give the guy the 2 weeks notice. And if they ask you to do an exit interview, say, I'm terribly sorry, but that's going to cost you a lot of money. And there is definitely a big gaping problem here. But, you would normally have to pay consultants tens of thousands of dollars to find out what that is, but I don't give away wisdom or intelligence for free. And that's how I always, past couple times when I'm like, oh, we got an exit interview. I'm like, no, I don't do exit interviews. You got to pay me an egregious fee for me to tell you why. Because you don't want, look, they do. They pay Bain and McKinsey and Lord knows whoever else the fake consultants are, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands to find out what's wrong. Well, why would you give that information to them for free? Charge them. If you're good at something, don't do it for free. You charge them. But that you don't, only if he's in your face you have that opportune moment, because I guarantee you, it may be bad for your career short term, but long term you always have that pride that you told one of your bosses off and to shove it up his ass. And that's politely and civilly, of course, but heavy-handedly too. Not touchy-feely. Well, I just feel that maybe in it. No. Like, you want to do the job? Because I could have swore you hired me to do this job, but if you want to do the job, I'm going to go golf and I'll just collect my check. Or you can have me do the job. So what's it going to be? I wish I had known that when I was younger, because then I could, everyone's got a micromanaging boss. You're micromanaging me. Now, do you want to do it? Do you have time to do it? Anyway, it's easy for me, old man like me, 42, to go and yell at the guy. But for a young guy like you, maybe not. So that's it. That's what I would do. Yeah, wait till he gets in on your stuff. But your primary job now is to do soul searching and find out whether you want to go back to engineering or whether you want to go get that state exam and continue on in health. And then once that's established, then you pursue that with reckless abandon in your free time, and you just show up here and do your job. And if this guy gets in your way, you cut him off. And then, but by the time you get another job offer, you'd be giving this guy your 2 weeks notice anyway. So, all right, that's it. You guys got questions? The old captain's got answers. AssholeConsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.